Hello and welcome to the first episode of DriveTimes podcast. I'm your host, Alex.
Hey, I'm Tony.
And we are the Dad Bods.
Look at that.
And this is our, wow.
That was good. That was really good.
After our first test one, this is a good one. We are the Dad Bods hosting the DriveTimes podcast.
Yes, sir.
Your source for fun, entertaining, good news, anything that's not on the media, we'll probably be covering. Because we're tired of the media. We're tired of the crap that they spew.
Right. Yeah. We're doing this as just fun stories. Just talk about the news that is not just a significant bummer.
Just looked over.
All the time. Yeah. Just like fun, weird little stuff. Some lighthearted stuff. Some good news. Some fun science stuff we'll be covering. Whatever's like pop culture, trending. We're just going to talk about stuff that we enjoy talking about. And that is just not
politics, not negativity.
Yeah, exactly.
Not things that make you want to move to Canada or
sell
your house and go into a cult.
Yes. Oh God, please no. Yeah. So, like Alex mentioned, my name's Tony. We call ourselves the Dad Bods because you are a father and I am a soon-to-be father.
I have a dad bod.
That is true. I'm working on mine.
He's got the love handles.
I do. Oh my God, they're beautiful.
And the double chin.
I wonder if the audio will pick up the sound of my cheeks, my chin clapping against my neck,
my double chin.
Yep,
kissing my first chin.
So, my little girl is coming to me in March, a few months away, and Emery, I know, little baby. Yeah,
my son is 3 months old. About three months old today, actually, or tomorrow. Tomorrow. So when this posts, so we just actually really wanted to do this podcast, to just have fun and banter back and forth like we always do.
For the past 7 years.
Oh, fist bump.
Alex and I have been best friends for a long time.
It's been a while.
We spent our whole lives together. Even like when we don't see each other for a few weeks or maybe
months,
a few months,
sometimes
we just get back together and it's just the same as always.
That kind of friendship where you just don't, it's low key and you don't text them for a while or low maintenance is what I should say.
Low maintenance.
And you literally sit there and you're like, I need to text him. Hey man, what's up? Hey, you want to go grab lunch? Yeah. And you just pick up right where you left off.
Yep.
It's not a friend you have to like message or Snapchat every day and keep the streak going,
right?
Or else you're not my friend. No, nothing like that.
Yeah, so we're doing this as a way to raise money for our kids. For
college is expensive.
College is so expensive, and my little girl is going to be born in 6 months, and I don't have anything saved for her. So
yikes.
We're hoping to do this and just send all the money towards our kids and just see where it takes us.
Yeah, because we both have full-time jobs. You run a small business, and I work for a bank, and so we really want to do this to have fun. We also have a YouTube channel. We're going to start posting funny videos on there.
Yeah, DriveTimes is like the baby of our channel. That is our first project.
I just want to do a podcast, man.
It's going to be fun, and then we're going to go from there and see what happens. We have no agenda or schedule or boss that we have to impress. We're just going to do whatever we want, see what we like, see what we don't like.
We love our families, we love people, and we love funny stuff. So that's pretty much what we're going to do.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. So just to jump right into it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Alex.
Yes, sir.
I know you said that you work at a bank.
I do.
But will you be willing to work for Domino's, getting paid $20 an hour?
Hey.
Here's the conditions.
Okay.
You have to move to Australia.
Okay.
That's a big one.
That's a pretty big one.
And you have to like garlic bread.
One of those things I can agree to wholeheartedly.
Yeah. Okay.
The other one I have to talk to Clara about.
Yep. So an Australia wing of Domino's just posted a job opening for $20 an hour to be their chief garlic bread tester.
Chief?
Yes, like chief of staff garlic bread.
So am I going to have a whole department of garlic bread testees and I'm the chief of them?
Yes, you are in charge of the bread and how much garlic goes into it. They posted on LinkedIn.
Oh my gosh!
They're trying to spend a guy making or do some marketing, getting feedback on their garlic bread and other Domino's menu items, but the job does come with requirements though. They said that Minimum of 5 years experience in garlic bread consumption.
There's no way that's the thing.
Yeah.
5 years experience in garlic bread consumption.
Yes. And who's to say...
You can't prove that.
Yeah, exactly. And how frequently are you consuming said garlic bread?
Call my references. It's my mom. That freaking pig ate all of my garlic bread for years.
How many years? 5 whole years.
At least 5 years. He's reading off of the script I gave her. At least 5 years of experience in testing garlic bread.
So you have to have 5 years of experience in garlic bread consumption. You have to have detailed understanding of the pizza and garlic bread relationship. Have to have working taste buds.
The relationship is they're both a ton of carbs and they taste good in my mouth.
Yes, and that is all you need to know. They're probably like, yeah.
They're like, man, this guy's perfect for the job. He knows everything about garlic.
That's about it, right?
It's bread, butter, garlic.
God,
man. I'm so hungry.
I'm scrolling on this website, so all these Domino's ads are popping up.
I bet.
Oh my God.
And Johnsonville brats.
Yes. Man,
Google's going to sell this information to all the ad campaigns. All you're going to get is garlic bread ads for the next week and a half.
Oh my God. So, and the last requirement is has burned their fingers at least once, not being able to wait for the garlic bread to cool down.
This has got to be some gag thing for marketing ploy from Domino's, but this is hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, so and also another requirement, have to have a history of reviewing other people's food choices.
Wow.
I mean, if you're vegan, you've got the job.
You know who I want to do this? He's not in Australia though, but that one kid, the report of the week.
Oh, the kid that wears
those full suits.
Yes, that kid's funny.
He does but he does everything fast food, and he would probably be the best equipped for this job.
We'll have to reach out to him because applicants are being asked to submit a 200-word essay or 30-second videos explaining why they would be the best candidate.
That's easy. I'll just send them a link to his YouTube channel, and they'll be like, "This guy is overqualified.
Yes.
He's going to be CEO of garlic bread consumption,
not just chief of garlic bread consumption, CEO."
CEO of all garlic bread consumption for all Domino's Corporation.
The CEO of garlic bread.
He's already got the suits and everything.
Yeah, he does. He's ready for the job. Man, hey. Looks like he'll get this bread.
Get this bread.
Oh, no.
Oh, bad joke, but good heart to it.
Yes, it is done out of care. I mean, I didn't realize that. I mean, I know garlic bread is great, but I didn't realize that garlic bread has had such almost like a cult following. You don't hear these kind of talks about following. You don't hear
with these kind of
chief
ads
of gummy worms.
Mozzarella sticks.
Yeah,
gummy worms.
Yeah,
there probably is a chief of that though.
I mean, they probably.
You've seen those
the Haribo
commercials with all the kids?
Adults, but it's kids' voices. It's weird.
Yes,
it is weird.
So it's
I see it like a 50-year-old man saying, "I favorites the lime one." It's like
I like the cherry.
Yeah, it's a little unsettling because this man has gray hair.
Yeah, and he's talking like a child.
Yes, he's not Benjamin.
Button. It's an 8-year-old kid voiceover.
Yeah, it's weird. But there's not really a cult following for many other foods. Can you think of a cult following that a food has? This isn't even a main course. This is the side.
I'm trying to think. I know there is. There are certain foods that people like. Tacos in California. There's a. Oh wow!
My shirt has little tacos.
Your shirt does have little tacos on it.
All right, understood.
Yeah, literally. My point is made right there. But in California, there's this taco trucks and shops that do all different types of things. With tacos, not nonstop. You try different things. How many different things can you do with tacos? Well, that's a bad loaded question because Taco Bell has built an entire empire off of the same 5 ingredients transcribed into different things.
That's true. I was talking to someone about Taco Bell, and I realized I didn't have 90% of the things that are on the menu.
There's a lot.
And I never realized how much is on there.
Yeah, there's a lot.
And they're building a 24-hour Taco Bell 2 miles from my house.
Oh, beautiful.
And it is going to be the death of me. It will be the closest food to my house.
You want to know the secret for Taco Bell? The secret to eating cheap and also eating good? They have $1 chicken quesadillas. that are like probably almost a foot long. No, not a foot. Almost like 6 inches, 7 inches long.
Okay.
It's only one tortilla folded in half. There's not a ton of chicken, but there's enough. It's really good. It's got like a cheese sauce on it that's got a little bit of spice to it, and it's $1. So you get 3 of those, you've got the equivalent to a Qdoba or Chipotle quesadilla. That's $10.
Yeah, that's true.
For $3.
That's true. Somebody was saying, like, I love Chipotle. I really do. I mean, I get the same thing there all the time.
Is your life?
Chipotle is my life.
I
mean, I do. I had Chipotle cater my wedding. That's how much I loved it.
Yeah.
And I was, oh my gosh, they made, like, the people serving it. This wasn't Chipotle. This is other people that we hired to serve. Were serving, like, the smallest
all
portions.
My servants.
No. They were serving the smallest portions, and then they gave us all the leftovers at the end of the night.
I heard about that.
I was eating rice, and I still have chips left over.
That's insane.
Yes.
Your wedding was
a long time ago.
Yeah, a while ago.
I was eating rice for probably a good 3 months.
My thing was like, that was the only thing about your wedding that I was like, it had open bar, fun dancing, good DJ-ish, awesome speeches. Well, one in particular was really good.
Troy's?
Yeah, Troy's was really great.
Your speech was good. I loved it. That was the one that made the cut into the video.
I saw that. Well, that's because I'm,
You didn't talk about pooping your pants in the middle of the woods like my brother did.
And then using gear and washing machine to clean it. That was so funny.
Yeah, that video exists somewhere, and I will post it.
Yes, please. But that was the only thing about the wedding. I sat there. I was like, dude, this food's really good. Can I get seconds? The server laughed at me and walked away. And I went, what? Great. Like, not really. I'm exasperating.
Yeah, but still,
a little bit. But
I had so much left over. Everyone
wanted
could
a
have
bowl.
gotten seconds, and I still would have had leftovers.
I just wanted one full bowl of Chipotle goodness.
But I was talking to someone, and they said that if they had the choice, they would choose Taco Bell 100% of the time over Chipotle.
I think for the value, price-wise, versus the culture, Chipotle is another thing that's like a cult thing. Because to be honest, I'm going to anger a lot of people. Yeah. I think Qdoba is better. Their queso's free, their guac's free. They haven't poisoned thousands of people with their meat.
That's true. I forgot about that whole thing.
And it's a little cheaper.
Yeah.
For me, Qdoba's a better value. So I know I'm already going to anger a lot of people, so I don't even have a mindset of the cult of Chipotle. Mm-hmm. But I think Taco Bell... Look, man, they're open until 2 a.m. Like, where else are you going to go?
Yeah.
Remember we took a trip there when we were younger?
Yes.
Filled in the car, and then someone rear-ended me because they couldn't get their taco?
Yes. Taco Bell at, like, 1 a.m. on a Saturday morning is like a religious experience.
It is.
Really?
And it tastes 10 times better. I don't understand how.
It always tastes better just in the middle of the night. When you're not supposed to be eating Taco Bell is the time that it's the best time to eat Taco Bell.
The best part of that is because we were younger and, like, I didn't get indigestion in the morning and want to die. I literally got up. I'm like, let's go to school. Like,
yeah. Now it's hard. But I've never had, like, my stomach turn because of Taco Bell. Or Chipotle. I never got an Ebola.
That's true.
So, and I've had Qdoba a few times. There was a few times, like, it was catered for me where I was, like, I played a thing in, I think, Virginia or D.C., and it was catered for us, and it was good. I really liked it. And then I had Qdoba because a friend of mine welded something for me, and he refused to take payment, so I bought him lunch. And he said Qdoba, and I was like, okay. And it was okay. So, like, some of the rice was a little burnt.
Yeah.
Which is like, I mean, I get it. They're making it in bulk. And I didn't think that they seasoned their chicken as well.
That's what people keep saying. They're like, oh, the seasoning on the meat. And to me, I'm like, well, if you're just getting a bowl of the meat, that makes sense. But if you're getting the flavors of everything together, I don't see that difference. I don't taste that much.
That's true. I mean, because there's so much that goes into a taco or a burrito or a bowl itself. Mm-hmm. We were having this conversation the other day. Like, can you choose your favorite ingredient from the taco?
Yeah.
Not like to eat it by itself, but what is your favorite ingredient from the taco?
I can't. I don't think we could. Did I? I don't remember.
Well, it's like...
Maybe the tortilla, I think I said.
You did. And it's like, okay, tortillas are good. You can... But, like, what about the cheese?
Yeah.
Or what about the sour cream? You know?
Or the taco seasoning in the meat, like the meat of the taco.
There's so many.
Then it doesn't even have the flavor of a dirty Mexican.
Right? The grade E meat that they scooped off of the Taco Bell bathroom floor.
If I go to my landscaper and lick his face after he's mowed my lawn, I want that same taste infused in the meat of my burrito. Is that too much to ask?
No, but if your landscaper should get a new job at Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Just sweat into the meat.
Or talk to his HR department about it.
Yes. But to answer your question, there's not many foods that have a cult following like garlic bread. Yeah. Tacos are great. We can go on for tacos for a long time.
Yeah, we have been for a while.
We've been on this subject for a while. So
next story.
Yes.
Well, we were talking about, Ebola or whatever was in the meat at Chipotle.
Right.
And that's one of those diseases that can happen, like, mad cow disease or bird flu.
Okay.
And with bird flu, there's, what else is a bird? A pigeon.
Okay.
So, CIA's Cold War pigeon spying program was disclosed with newly declassified documents.
Are the pigeons robots?
The birds work for the bourgeoisie.
Oh my!
I'm telling you, man, I wanted to do that joke. I wanted to do that joke in a way because it came back a little bit. Like the videos are spreading around. And I'm like, this is so funny. Like the birds were Reagan killed all of the birds in 1980.
But seriously,
but this was it was declassified.
Oh my god!
That there were spy pigeons, not that they're robots.
Okay, I mean that's still
files reveal how pigeons were trained on missions for photographing sensitive sites in the Soviet Union. And this was in the 70s.
In the 70s. That was 50 years ago.
Codenamed Takana. And they explored the use of pigeons with tiny cameras and that automatically take photos. And there's a picture of the bird. I want to post it on our YouTube one. If you're listening to the podcast on audio through Podbean, it's literally a bird with a strap around its middle and this like big metal thing. Like it's not even anything crazy. It's not like it's just laser
fancy
eyes.
Belt. Yeah, right.
It's a fancy belt. You got it. It's the utility belt from Batman just on a bird.
Oh my gosh. And it just takes pictures every once in a while. That is amazing though.
Yeah.
Well, that is some outside of the box thinking for the US government. Makes you think what other animals can you trust, huh?
So I'm almost 100% positive that I read this a couple years ago, but again, it was on Facebook and I was a teenager, so I was probably picking my nose and it was late at night, and it was probably one of those clickbait articles that weren't real, but I think it was though, that America invested like a bunch of millions of dollars in laser dolphins, and then they ran away. So there's a herd of dolphins. Are they called a herd? What is a group of dolphins called? I don't know.
School?
A school? No, that's a school of fish.
A gaggle?
A gaggle. A gaggle of dolphins. We're just going to go with that. Yeah. There's a gaggle of dolphins out in the Atlantic or Pacific or wherever with lasers attached to their heads that the U.S. government lost track of.
Freaking laser beams on their freaking heads.
Freaking laser beams.
Dr. Evil.
I'm telling you, man.
I don't trust any animal anymore. I'm going to go home to my cat and just stare.
The document said that the test missions were done in the mid-1970s and included tests over a prison and over a Navy yard in Washington. And it says the pictures that were taken over the Navy yard with the camera cost $2,000. That tiny butt thing strapped to.
That's in the 70s.
Yeah. So it's at least $5,000, maybe a little more with inflation.
Wow.
But they showed remarkable detail of people walking, parked cars, and other things.
And they said, okay, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, but the CIA feared that members of the public would stumble across them and get. And so Spy Masters devised an elaborate cover story.
Oh my gosh. What is their cover story?
I don't it doesn't say, but they did. But these documents weren't declassified till now. And in September 1976, it showed that the CIA selected a couple shipyards in the Soviet Union where they took pictures, and they saw Soviet subs being built.
Man.
As a Takana target, like the Operation Takana.
Yeah, gosh.
We got the birds.
The birds.
They work for the bourgeoisie.
But seriously, and like this was in the 70s. This was 76. So over 40 years ago.
Yeah.
The government was strapping very expensive equipment to pigeons.
Think of what they're doing now. All the birds are dead.
Doing now. Oh my God, the birds are robots.
The birds are all robots. Like
That's why you see birds on power lines all the time, because they have two of their feet on the power lines so they can charge. So they can create.
The government's been doing wireless charging for years,
right?
With the birds.
Oh my gosh!
And you know those giant swarms of the little blackbirds?
Yeah.
Dude, what if they're taking like X-rays of like everything?
Oh my gosh!
What if that's like a target? Like they think something's gonna happen? I'm telling you, dude.
But why? Next time I see a giant flock of birds, I'm gonna freak out.
I want to call my.
You ever seen the movie The Birds? John Carpenter?
No.
It's about killer birds, man. They just go around killing people.
It was terrifying. Birds, man.
Like there was that scene of the guy that he goes into the phone booth, and then like all these birds are like crashing through, and then the like beaks are like squawking.
Ugh.
These like big crows that are like peck your eyes out kind of thing.
Yikes!
But I mean, pigeons.
Still,
1,000 pigeons with fancy cameras flashing.
1,000 of anything running at you.
Yeah.
Flying
Even
at you.
Dumb-looking pigeon with
I can punch a
head.
fox in the face. But if pigeons are dive bombing me from the air, I'm dead.
Oh man.
Eating my eyes out. Taking
Government,
pictures of me with government
bourgeoisie assassin birds. That is crazy.
I love this one.
But I can't. Wonder what made them declassify it. Maybe some guy was like...
It's been 40-something years, and they're like, our technology is so advanced now that this little whatever thing strapped
They've got
over.
X-ray drones in the atmosphere that are watching our every move anyway.
Everyone's got everything now.
We're not safe.
No one's safe. But also, unless you have $1 trillion and are doing stuff illegal, I don't think the government gives a giant crap. Right? Except for the FBI man who's watching us through our webcams and our computers right now. Cheers to you, my good sir.
You're the best man.
You're the man.
Seriously though, you inspiring us with class. You don't need a pigeon.
Yeah,
but came at like, what if that didn't work and they just lost thousands of dollars worth of equipment because just the birds flew off?
I don't know. It doesn't tell me what the cover story was. I guess that wasn't in the declassified document.
Maybe like fashion show. Birds are wearing belts now. That's all.
Gucci.
If you see them flash, it's nothing.
Yeah,
I swear. But I mean. Good for them, though. Good for those pigeons. Because like messenger pigeons have been a thing for a while.
Oh, yeah.
So they use them in World War I want to say. So you can train a pigeon, although they're dumb as a brick.
Except when you train them.
I guess. Harvard graduate pigeons get a better education than
me, Alabama.
You're gonna tell me that these pigeons will receive better education than my daughter? With all the money we raised to send her to college. Man, good for them though.
I think it's pretty chill.
That's got to be like, I wonder how many they trained. I wonder if that's like a Guinness World Record.
I feel a connection coming on.
You know what is a Guinness World Record though?
What?
Identifying as many Taylor Swift songs as you can in 1 minute, only given lyrics.
What's easy? Isn't all of her song names in the lyrics of the song?
Yes, but so this guy identified 27 Taylor Swift songs in 1 minute from the first lyric of the song.
Well, that's insane.
I don't know how big Taylor Swift's discography is, but it has a very wide range from country to look what
pop.
You made me do. Look what you made me do.
I don't know what you're whispering.
It's just a Taylor Swift song.
I don't listen to the newest one with Brennan Urie in
it. That's a thing?
Yes. Brennan Urie sold out.
Did he really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
but it's Brennan Urie. He's got an amazing voice. He can literally do anything he wants.
He's true. He's tired of I Write Sins, Not Tragedies. He's just going to do anything to get away from that.
He's tired of emo punk rock.
Right? So Dan Simpson, who hosts the afternoon show on Fun Kids Radio in the UK.
So this was a radio host?
This is a radio host that
wow.
did it. He did it in public. He completed the Taylor Swift Guinness World Record Lyric Challenge, which featured a third party reading the pop song's lyrics aloud while Simpson quickly blurted out the song titles. So someone read him like a few lyrics, or the first lyric, and then he just shake it off.
Wow.
And just and at 27
in a minute. Though.
I don't
That's
think I can
crazy.
name you 3 Taylor Swift songs.
I can. I can't. Wow.
Try.
I thought I could.
Try right now.
The one about feeling 22.
Okay.
Is that just feeling 22?
Maybe 22.
Shake It Off. And the one Romeo and Juliet. Wow, I got it.
Okay. No, all right. Maybe this isn't that hard.
But also, if you gave me 3 lyrics from that song, I wouldn't know.
No.
I'd be like, what is this? What are you showing me?
They should have pranked him and just put in some like ABBA.
And what if he got it?
Yeah.
He's like, trick question.
Yeah.
You've fallen for the classic blunder.
Yeah. What if they did it? They just like spoke and it was just like an instrumental. They're like, oh, I recognize that drum beat. That's the
lyric. And
Battle of Evermore by
and it's just a guitar solo
by Led Zeppelin. It's like, how did you make those sounds with your mouth? That's not a lyric. But 27 songs in 1 minute. He did that pretty swift. And there's a quote from this guy. He says, "My cousins are all getting married and buying houses, and I have a Guinness World Record for guessing Taylor Swift songs. I wonder who my grand is more proud of."
That's pretty hilarious.
Good for him. I mean, that's there's a video to it. I didn't watch it. I'm sure it's probably impressive, especially in 1 minute. Yeah, that's more than one every 2 seconds.
Which also does that? I guess that includes the guy speaking the lyrics or giving him the lyrics. True. So that's very impressive.
That's true, and it's but like one word. I
couldn't do it.
Right? I'm pretty sure
I couldn't do it with like some of my favorite bands.
Oh my gosh, this guy probably has one of the strongest, most capable minds I've ever come across, because he listened to the singer's whole catalog on repeat for a month straight to prepare for this record attempt. I would go crazy in like 2 days.
Yeah. I mean, Taylor Swift isn't like a bad artist. It's just not my type of. It's not my cup of tea.
But like it's not much of the same music. Thing over and over again. That's true.
But I mean, that's us with 21 Pilots, though.
That's true. Or like the Beatles or Neil Morse.
That's true. Yeah.
So yeah, it happens.
So I understand it, but to do it for a specific purpose like that, I think would get annoying.
Yeah.
Like it's like you start to analyze it and you start to like memorize it just to memorize it for something. And for me, music is about entertaining the soul.
Yeah, and it's not a requirement or a job to learn.
Like I listen to Vessels by 21 Pilots over and over again to brighten my spirit, like not to memorize the lyrics. Of course I do know all the lyrics.
Because you listen to it
because
so
I've
many
listened
times.
to it so
But
many
like
times.
for Soul Food, this guy is just like, I just gotta learn for a whole month.
Well, I mean, look, he's in the Guinness Book of World Records.
That
so
is impressive.
Like,
I mean, really. I have a house, like this guy was saying, but I'm not in the Guinness Book of World Records. So good for him, though. I mean, really. But a whole month straight is a feat in its own. Troy listened to the entire discography of Blink-182 before listening to their new album that just came out.
Yeah.
And he was like exhausted. It took him like 2 or 3 days.
I bet. It's Blink-182. They've been around for a while.
Yeah, and there's like 230 songs, I want to say. Like a lot of music, like including B-sides and backtracks and all that kind of stuff. And he was just like, oh my God, I can't take it anymore after just 2 or 3 days.
Yikes.
What is there an artist that we can listen to for a month straight?
I'm trying to think. I mean, there's some that I just don't get sick of, like Brand New, Emery. These are all like rock bands, but Michael Jackson, Journey, like Styx, Stevie Nicks, well, Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah, Fleetwood Mac.
like these are bands that I can listen to and over and over and just not get sick of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know how big Taylor Swift's...
Nirvana.
Yeah, I don't know how big her catalog is, but I mean, if there's like 250 songs, then
I'm pretty sure this is like her 4th or 5th album, so
Yeah.
it's pretty.
So
I
she's
don't think
probably
it's not
like
250.
Yeah, so she's
But
probably
I'm calling
got
it
like
close to 60, maybe 70.
Yeah, she's probably got a good bit. Man, good for him.
Yeah, that's
Good
pretty
for
legit.
good for Dan Simpson.
You know what else is good for
applaud you.
them?
What is good for them?
Well, good for kids, really, is this woman from Missouri. So she calls them her special babies. This woman makes lunches for children in her neighborhood who need it and who ask for the last 5 years. So Miss Anderson, who's a mother of 6 children herself, which is crazy to think of because if I had 6 kids, I wouldn't have a penny to throw at a sandwich, let alone snacks for a bunch of kids in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
So this is just like an amazing feat of generosity. But she's like, she has an open door policy on school days. She said kids who are hungry knock on her door before and after school, and she'll answer with a snack for breakfast or lunch. She says they get off the bus and they take off running to her house because they never know what I'll have in the bag. I switch it up sometimes and give them special treats for my special babies, she calls them. She also has a GoFundMe page for anyone who are interested in helping the cause out, so they can put money in and do whatnot. But I just read this and I went, it takes me back to like a simpler time where people weren't just like dreading a knock on their door, you know? Mm-hmm. Like I have this kid in my neighborhood who will knock on my door and be like, do you have anything for me to do around your yard or anything like to make an extra buck, which is amazing. It's capitalism. It's awesome. It's like them going out to find things to do,
finding work,
provide a service and get paid something in return. It's awesome. But one time he knocked on my door and I didn't answer. And then like he knocked a second time and we're all in the living room and everyone's like, Alex, this is your house. Go answer the door. I'm like, I'm not answering the door. And I just didn't want to. Like, and there's a lot of people out there, so don't judge me, Twitter world.
Don't know what kind of crazies are out there.
Well, I know you're over
trim your hedges.
House. I know you're driving your car to work, and that's all you do is listen to podcasts, and then that's your only human interaction. Listening to the DriveTimes podcast.
Yes.
Once a week.
Yes.
But this is like back in the day. Communities were communities because of the connection that they had with each other. They weren't communities because of a zip code, you know?
Yeah, because they just happen to live next to each other. They just like share a common interest and just share
things together for the well-being of everyone in the community.
That's nice. And I mean, I live in a townhome, and it's much different now, just living where I am, because I haven't been used to it. I grew up with all kinds of land as a kid, and I lived in the same house for 21 years, so now owning my own home is like much different. And so I see some neighbors that are with each other all the time, and some neighbors try to reach out and do stuff, and a lot of neighbors are just shy, keep to themselves, mind their own business. But
which isn't an issue, but it's when you're walking in the neighborhood, minding your own business, and you see a need in the community, and you don't do anything because you're minding your own business.
Right? Like you keep your hands in your pocket. You don't want to lend
out
a hand. Yeah. And it's good for her because that is some genuine good news.
Love, man.
And love. That's just like, her little babies is what she says. And
as a great man who got shot would say, all you need is love. Oh. Love is all you need. That was Lennon, right?
Yes, that was Lennon. Good one. Solid Beatles reference.
Thanks, I'm trying, man. That's for you, Troy.
Oh, I mean, it really is. It is good because there's not, especially in today's age, like you said, people dread to knock on the door. People are so cautious about Halloween because they're afraid of what candy or what could be in the candy.
My grandma would go through every piece of my candy.
Yeah.
And I got fruit from some dentist one time, and she threw it away immediately. And she said, there are razors in the candy. There are razors in the apples. And I went, bruh, that happened like one time to one kid somewhere. And now you're eating all of my Kit Kat bars, trying to say you're looking through it for safety reasons.
It's like, oh, let me taste test this for you. Yeah, let me taste test this for you. Just eats the whole thing. Be like, yep, that was good.
Yeah.
Let me taste test that one for you. You got any Milky Ways?
Yeah.
Just make sure they're healthy, right? I'm still gonna steal all my kids' Halloween candy.
I gotta make sure that the nougat in this isn't poisoned. So give me all of them.
Yes, I have to have it in a high enough dose because
I'm an adult and you're a little kid.
Yes, so I have to make sure that if it's not going to kill an adult, it's not going to kill you.
I was like 6. I'm like, yes, ma'am, Grandma. Here you go.
Okay.
Nope. She just ate all of my Kit Kats.
I would do the same thing. I really would.
I'm probably going to do the same thing to my kids.
Yeah.
Be like, listen, coconut can go bad, so all your almond joys are mine now.
Yes.
For your safety, because I love you, son.
Yes.
He's like, Dad, thank you.
You are my hero, Dad. Yes, you do.
You're my
hero. Of course, son. I will risk my life for you any day. Just takes a whole bag of York peppermint patties.
Mike just pockets it all.
Yeah, be like, oh, I love you too, son. You have any Hershey bars?
Be like, son, I'm the federal government in this situation, and you are a lowly taxpayer. Give me 30% of your candy.
Yes, because I need it to
Gotta
better maintain. I need it to better
roads and bridges.
Yeah, roads and bridges. Okay. Pfft, whatever. But good for that lady though.
Right?
Really, seriously. That reminds me of the lady that for her community. What she did? She
punched a cat.
No,
that's a community service act right there, baby.
I mean, probably. Don't punch my cat.
I don't.
Okay. All right.
I just throw them.
Right.
Make sure
yes,
they can
you
land.
did. Okay, you did at your wife and me. But the lady, she stood out because there's a fast road. It was like a throughway through her neighborhood, and people that didn't live in the neighborhood would just go through all the time.
Sure.
And people were speeding, and there's like kids playing there, and it was like, this would be dangerous.
Yeah.
So she stood in her backyard with a hairdryer and pointed it at cars. And people slowed down because they thought it was like a radar. Yeah.
A speedometer.
A speedometer.
Shoot me in the face. I'm an idiot. What is it called? It's a radar gun.
Radar. Yeah, just to see how fast they were going. And she's like, works every time. People who know me know I will, even if they know it's just a hairdryer, they still
But they don't
slow
know.
Because they're like,
you don't know.
You don't know.
You're going 50 miles an hour. You see some person like creeping out of a bush with a gun. You're like, man, that cop is trying to get me.
Yeah.
Civilian clothes.
An undercover cop standing in their fenced-in backyard with an unplugged hairdryer.
And a robe on.
Yes,
like
and a robe.
Curlers.
So it's like, but still.
You don't know.
Cops go, they really can. They can get sneaky.
Telling you, man.
That
reminds me, I was in high school and the cop showed us, the school police officer showed us his radar gun, took the whole class out, and we were like pinning people. And he was really cool. He was like, I'm trying to show you guys it, so if people are speeding, I'm going to pull them over and give them a warning. And he did. He did it for like 3 people. They were going like 60 miles an hour over this hill and then like, is skidding to the stop.
Yes.
And he was like, pull over. But anyway, we got to ask him questions about it. This is in high school. I think it was like 11th grade. Shout out to Mr. Whitehurst. He was an amazing, amazing teacher at Falston High School. And he would take us on these little trips, like courthouse and like to real life experience stuff. It was awesame. Yeah. Anyway, the cop shows the gun. We got to ask questions. I asked, so the radar, that's radiation, right? That shoots off like a specific. He goes, yeah. He goes, it's not fatal unless you like point at someone directly for a long, long period of time. So I got to hold it, and then he's like pulling over the one guy that we caught. And I just go over to my friend and I put it on his head and I hold it in. He's like, stop, man. And I started chasing him around. I'm like, yeah. And in retrospect, it's a horrible thing to do, but it was so funny. As he turns around and goes, what are you doing? I'm like, nothing.
It's just like, yeah.
Jimmy's
nothing.
Like, what the heck?
You said long periods of time, and he's going to be fine.
Sliff note. His neck starts like swelling up.
Yeah.
Yikes.
His brain starts popping popcorn. It's like all the radiation. But I was looking at something in my microwave the other day because I was really hungry. I was just looking at it, and then my eyes started hurting. I was like, I don't know if that's a coincidence.
I don't know.
But this is an older microwave. I'm just going to go to the other side of the kitchen.
It's just
yeah. Sounds like a car engine, right?
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
That definitely has radiation coming out of it.
Yeah. I'll wear like a lead vest or something when I go into.
Yikes.
But good for her, though. That is some good news.
I know. Sandwiches for the kids in the community. 5 years. Keep going, girl.
Yeah. You want to hear the polar opposite of that news?
Oh, no.
$80,000 worth of Wigs was stolen in South Florida.
Florida, man. 80. So
that's a lot of wigs.
So wigs are like a couple $100 a piece.
They are. They said some of them were like $800. And this article doesn't say much. They're like, yeah. Wigs got stolen.
Let's take the high road here and say that it's all of them were $800. That's over 1,000 wigs.
Yeah.
That's a lot of wigs.
Mm-hmm. Which is like, this was a prepared heist. I like to think of the heist in the opening scene of The Dark Knight.
Ooh.
Where like everyone has their thing, and then like they get there and they're like, all right, we're gonna stand. And then they crack open the vault, and then it's just
wigs.
And they're like, you serious? He's like,
we've got it.
Where I'm in.
We've hit the jackpot, boys. Let's go.
Right?
Go, move it. Load it all on the bus.
Okay. Yep. So,
it's a mob wig bank.
Yeah, it's a mob wig factory. The owner of the Prime Trading Hair and Wigs told detectives in Miami that the alarm in their warehouse was triggered. And, some of the products were worth up to $800 each.
Yikes.
They were only in there for like 5 minutes, so they were quick.
Wow.
They were moving.
That is a heist. That's a planned...
They said, let's steal some... Yeah, let's steal some wigs. The video shows the truck backing up and ramming into the warehouse front door 3 times. People run in, grab the stuff, run out. The guy was insured for his losses. Everyone was fine, but it's like...
Wig insurance? I want to know who sells wig insurance.
I'm sure some guy who's like, we can get by with wig insurance.
Right? And now he's completely broke because someone put in a claim for the wig insurance.
Yeah, they're like...
$80,000.
It's like selling volcano insurance to anybody on the East Coast.
But still, who thinks about doing a heist on that? Like, you think gold, you think silver, you think
Fort Knox
banks.
or a bank or like the McDonald's place that produces the chicken nuggets, so they send them out to their
chicken nugget heist.
Yes,
$80,000 worth of chicken McNuggets have been stolen from the McDonald's headquarters.
That's a lot of nuggets, man.
The chief McNugget specialist has come out and said, I'm resigning for this.
Yes.
They hired me at $20 an hour to be the chief McNugget tester, and I have failed. Domino's immediately pulls their ad crap.
Yep, he turns himself in. Right? But
that's just a crazy thing. Florida. Only Florida.
I
can't wait till the man from Florida, the Florida man.
Let's say. The next article is Florida man arrested for stealing $80,000 worth of wigs.
Oh my gosh!
He's just probably selling them on like a street corner.
It's just in his home.
Yeah, he's like, I just have them.
He's like, I just like to dress up. And he's like, don't judge me, Karen.
The police like kick in his door. They expecting him to find like you think planned
he's just
heist.
eating the wigs.
Yeah, and he's like, oh wow, this is a hairy situation.
The cops high five each other to shoot him. Oh my gosh.
No one lives making a pun that bad.
Yeah. Oh, that reminds me of a Sinai and Happiness short that I saw where the cops come in. The lady's like, please help me. It's like this little old lady. She's like, there's a ghost in my house. He's just doing stuff. And it's just a ghost on the couch, like loitering, like vandalizing things and just like doing whatever. And the cops are like trying to shoot him and like arrest him, and they can't. And they're like, "There's only one way to do this." And they both shoot each other and die and become cop ghosts.
And then arrest him.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Yes, to understand a criminal, you have to think like a criminal.
Wig. All the cops put on wigs.
They just start shaving their heads.
Oh my gosh!
And it's just
You're
gonna catch them. It's like the movie Zodiac. Where Jake Gyllenhaal becomes obsessed with finding the Zodiac, and then his wife leaves him, and it's like, you're obsessed. You're obsessed, okay? And he's just like, look at all these wigs. This is what people are looking for. Then he starts stealing wigs.
A microscope.
There you go.
Examining wigs under a microscope, like chalkboards everywhere, like with like equations for wigs and stuff. And his wife's like, your kids haven't seen you in 6 months. I'm going to my parents. And he's like, leave the wigs.
It's like, and she just takes off her wig.
He puts it onto his head.
I mean, but like, there is a market for wigs. I get that.
Is there a black market for wigs?
No, I mean, what can these wigs be made out of that's so special?
They're made out of like by something.
Polar bear. They're made out of like polar bear hair. Baby polar bear hair. Seal whiskers.
Oh gosh.
You know, like they're made out of like giraffe mane.
And they're like lubricated with like whale oil.
Yeah, and just like, wow, this is like a $800 wig right here.
Yikes.
Right?
I think it's just because it's like human hair. I'm pretty sure. I was talking to a buddy of mine at my job. That's the reason I was like, wow, you're talking about wigs. A buddy at my job wants to start a wig business. He's like, it's good money. And he's like, when it's human hair, it like doubles the price.
I guess, yeah.
I don't get that. You're just dead skin cells, man.
Yeah, there's actually a link to like a related article, and it's Hollywood's worst wigs, and I guess they didn't use like real hair.
I cannot wait to see your ads on anything that you do for the next week now, because Google's selling your information. It's just wigs and
garlic bread.
And garlic
wigs
bread.
and garlic bread is all I'm gonna get.
That's so funny. Mine's gonna be like pigeons.
Yeah.
Job applications for the CIA.
Right? Spies, bunch of spy wigs.
It's so funny.
Gosh. That is funny. I can't imagine stealing $80,000 worth of anything. If you'd sell like a Mr. Beast video, like you have 20 minutes to spend $80,000, I'd be like,
guy just walks into a store, buys all the wigs.
Buys all the wigs, right?
Oh man, that'd be a good video. That'd be a clickbaity video.
That would be. Mr. Beast would do. Mr. Beast, I know you watch our channel.
Buy the wigs, man.
You got to make this happen.
I know you watch our channel. Yeah, right.
What if he does? What if he was like one of our monthly viewers? Of all 6 monthly viewers we have.
That'd be sick. Well, Mr. Beast, if you are, DM us. We'd love to have you on as a guest on the podcast and talk about your wig consumption.
Yes.
And if you think the birds truly do work for the bourgeoisie.
$20,000 for the last person to take off their wig.
Oh, I do that. Oh, I would do that.
I would do that.
You have to shave your head first. And then
shoot. All
now
right.
you have like a vested interest in the thing.
Right.
They'd go for even longer. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Speaking of vested interest.
Okay, good tie.
Yeah, no, not at all, actually. It has nothing to do with vested interest.
Nothing to do. All right, bad tie.
So I saw this article, and I thought it was awesome because I was bullied as a kid, and so this kind of like gives me hope that there's like really good in the world, because I used to like make my own stuff and like, you know, like how those, I don't know, you make your own Halloween costume. As a kid, I made like an R2D2 one or whatnot, and I would make like the Chick-fil-A shirt myself to like go get free Chick-fil-A. And I didn't think anything of it. And I also had a shirt with like a dragon on it. I remember the popular girl in school coming up to me and going, if you want to be cool like me and like my friends, we need to change everything like you're doing. And like kind of made fun of me for what I would wear. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so this kid in elementary school made a homemade t-shirt for his favorite team, the University of Tennessee. I think the Volunteers, I think is what they are. Yeah. The University of Tennessee super fan. He was bullied for his homemade t-shirt that he made himself. And I'll put a picture of it right here. It's actually really cool. It, like he drew the U.T symbol on it and put it onto his t-shirt just so you could have something of himself. Because when you're a kid, you don't have like $40 to buy a t-shirt. And also you're not buying things
merch
online.
Is expensive too.
Yeah. So
a piece of paper and some tape.
So he drew a bunch of attention because the university, or because he, you know, I think his parents or something, they talked about him being a fourth grader and being bullied for this. So they're like, you know, the school was like, you know, we're against bullying and all this stuff, yada, yada, yada. But then this got to the University of Tennessee themselves.
Okay.
And the university said, in recognition of the fourth graders' volunteer spirit, we extend an offer of honorary admission for him to join the class of 2032, which I guess is his graduating year.
Wow.
And in addition, he's been awarded a 4-year scholarship covering his tuition and fees beginning fall 2028.
Dang.
If he should decide to go to UT and meet the admission requirements.
Wow. Holy crap.
A 4-year scholarship for getting bullied, man.
Dude, man.
And all I got was ridicule. And a self-esteem that made me funny because I cover up my feeling.
No.
But and also the shirt here, I think the university college also had the logo that he drew printed on school colors and sold.
So his design is now on their merch.
Yeah, I'll put that picture right up here too. It's super funny. His teacher wrote on Facebook that the boy was really proud of his creation, but so that's what it is. The teacher posted on Facebook that the boy was really proud of his creation, but devastated when other kids made fun of him, and it blew up. You know, because I mean, it's the power of internet, man.
Yeah,
that's awesome. I had Facebook when I was a kid.
Yeah,
I just had my parents, and my mom would go, "Honey, I'm so sorry," and give me a hug, and my dad would go, "Suck it up, boy, you got this." And I want a scholarship.
Yeah, right. I want.
If there's a university that has a dragon,
dragon shirt, yes,
give me a scholarship. Yeah. I'm a 24-year-old married man with a house and a kid.
We're gonna send our kids to school with just like.
I'm gonna bully my kid so that he gets a scholarship to a university.
And be like, yes, you can thank me for this because I created this life for you.
Oh my gosh!
It's just like you bullied me. You sent me to school in paper.
I love it.
You stapled some paper together in the shape of a shirt and made me wear it.
Oh my! I love it. Man, it's so good.
For. I mean, kids these days just need a free sandwich from a neighbor.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Right?
Right.
Good for. I mean, good for her though.
Yeah.
I mean, good for the kid too. Like, maybe like him knowing that this is a natural thing. Like, like that episode of The Office, Scott's Tots.
Oh, shut up!
Where he's
that's
like,
that's
in like 15 years
when but I think it's horribly cringy.
It's cringy
in a funny way. Like, oh, yikes!
Because he's like, I now have the motivation to be completely rich, so I can send all these kids to school in 15 years, and then it happens, and he's like, oh. All these kids worked really hard.
And he said he would pay for their college if they went through school.
And all he gave them was...
it was in laptop batteries?
Laptop batteries.
I can't. That's insane. It just crushes dreams. Yikes.
Oh, yeah, that's a rough episode. That's a rough one.
Oh, my gosh. And the other thing is that the logo design, pre-sold more than 50,000 shirts.
Dang. Good. I wonder if he gets a cut.
And no, the university is donating all the proceeds to Stomp Out Bullying, this charity.
Look at that, man.
This is just a win-win for everyone, man.
That is. Get some cool shirts, cool story. That kid gets a full ride. He's going to want to do well in school because he doesn't have to worry about student loans or debt or anything.
Oh, beautiful.
Gets a good story.
I love it.
That really is. I mean, that is not a crappy situation.
I see the link coming.
It's
not a crappy situation.
Okay, you ever, as a scientist, we're going to get sciencey for my last story.
Let's do it. Science time.
Scientists have to, like question everything. They have to question their reality in the pursuit of science. Sir Isaac Newton said, "Why is that apple falling? Why did it hit me on the head?"
I hate apples now.
I hate apples now. It is all the tree's
That was
fault.
it. It ends there.
Yes. Gravity never was invented. So, all these, scientists have said, I need to understand knowledge, therefore, to better the world around me, and so we can know and further the footprint of humankind.
Amen.
So, scientists now are doing amazing things, and they're just asking all these questions in the name to pursuit of knowledge. And their latest question... Can you freeze poop and stab somebody with it?
Tony, I was with you. I felt enlightened. I felt motivated. I felt hope in a generation that feels kind of hopeless. You cucked me, man.
Yeah.
If poop can be frozen and then used to stab someone? Am I listening correctly?
Yes, you are listening. So this comes from they say it's like a weird story where a guy was nuts and then he froze his poop, sharpened it with his saliva, and then killed a dog.
What?
Just this weird stuff. And then I was just there's no evidence, but it doesn't seem possible. So they said, let's try it. So some poor scientist had to freeze some poop and he had to shape it by hand, freeze it, and then try to cut something with it. And it
work?
No, it was pretty crap.
But
no, they said it was just
sound.
It didn't do anything.
So
it couldn't cut, it couldn't stab. They said the guy was left alone Oh, okay. So like he did this trying to survive. He was left alone with no tools and had to survive, and all he had was a dog. So he had to poop, sharpen it, kill his dog, and for food and warmth. That's where the story comes from. But I guess they tried to mythbuster.
They tried to mythbuster,
and then they're just like, nope, can't.
Busted.
Yep, with the whole graphic and everything.
Yeah. I hate that.
Doesn't that make you cringe? Imagine having to make that. Though.
Imagine being a scientist and going to school for 4+ years, getting your PhD in whatever forensic Scientology or not Scientology, forensic scientific whatever.
Yes.
You got degrees next to your name. You got plaques on the wall. You got glasses probably and a lab coat. Super basic.
Big bank and then
someone sends your first report for you to do, your first assignment as a scientist trying to better the community of the world. And the file, you open it up, and it's just a picture of poop saying freeze it.
Yep.
Freeze it and try to stab this thing. And you go, this will get me my Nobel Peace Prize.
Yes, right? What a waste.
These jokes, Tony, did you just write these down somewhere? Are they on your hand? Give me your hand. They're written on his arm. That's a crappy situation. What a waste of time.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Wow.
But I wouldn't. No, I would just be like, no. I would question everything.
I would question
that I've done.
Questioning this.
Oh my god, dude, the freaking birds, man! You're giving me an existential crisis.
I think this is a funny story, though, in the sense of this was legitimately done.
Yes.
And it was tested, and it was busted.
Yes, they said.
But then how did the guy kill his dog and stay... I mean, listen, there are 150... And maybe it's because I'm an Eagle Scout, and maybe because I, was trained differently, but that's not even true. Like, a human being, let's say, trapped in the wilderness with a dog, there's 187 different things I can think of off the top of my head to use to survive other than freezing your own poop to kill a dog.
Yeah, how do you bridge the gap? How does
logically?
I need to stay warm.
I think this guy just wanted a cool story to write a book on.
Probably.
How I used my poop to save my life.
This is like the 5th or 6th book in the series of the Hatchet books. Remember those books?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yep, I had to read those in middle school.
That's too much.
Well, he made a hatchet, he made a raft, he made a bow, he made a winter home. What can he do? What can he not do? You know, he's the ultimate survival guide. Just pooping and freezing and sharpening his feces. Get a stick. Break the stick.
187 different things. Go to the stream or the river and break off a piece of ice and use it.
Right?
Drown the dog. Break its neck like in, what is it? Not Legend. What is it called?
I Am Legend. Yep.
Oh, I know. It's really sad, and I hate thinking about that. But if you're in a survival situation, the only thing you have to eat is something else, and it's you or the dog, it just sucks. You got to do it. But to logically be in a place where you think of freezing your own poop, sharpening it to kill something.
Yeah.
And if I was a dog, I'd be like, dude, just kill me with your fist. If I was a dog, I'd be like, dude, give me some dignity, man.
Yes, don't stab me with your poop. Right? They tried it. They let it freeze for a few days. And they put it into minus 50 degrees Celsius or minus 58 Fahrenheit.
Yeah,
that's cold,
that's
man.
Really, really cold.
And they say that it got really hard, and then the scientists are like, "Wow, this actually might work." And then in the end, the poop knife simply didn't make the cut.
So now we're using poop jokes and knife jokes.
I'm not even the one making these anymore.
I know, but I was just saying it's just.
Yep.
They
said it worked like a crayon. They just left brown streaks on the meat that they tried to cut.
Ew, and that's the other thing. Like, you're contaminating your meat with feces. That's how people get, freaking dysentery. That's how you die even quicker.
Yep, right.
Everything in survival books tell you
everything
the opposite
gets infected.
of what this is doing.
Right? So, yeah. Yep, it's... Don't ever... If you take one thing away from this podcast as we wrap up, don't ever...
The birds work for the bourgeoisie.
The birds work for the bourgeoisie. That's what happens, man. Oh, my God.
I'm telling you, dude. I'm saying it was
crazy.
declassified. It's for real.
It's legit.
Reagan killed all the birds in the 80s. They're all robots now, and they work for the bourgeoisie. Again, we're going to wrap it up, guys. Hope you liked the first episode of the DriveTimes podcast. Shout out to our sponsor real quick. Our own Patreon. Link will be in the description. That is patreon.com/thedadbods. So, if you want to support the show, if you like it, go in. $1 a month. Nothing out of your pocket. Nothing really out of your pocket. Maybe.
If we get 5 monthly donators, we'll have $5.
I'm down with that.
Right? You know what? We're gonna have fun with this. It's gonna be it's gonna be a good time. And thank you guys for watching the first episode. I hope that you guys enjoy.
Like, comment, subscribe,
Please.
Share it with friends or family if you enjoy it. And have a really nice week.
Yes, thank you guys so much for hanging out. We'll see you next time.
My name's Alex.
My name's Tony.
And we are the
Dad
Dad Bods
Bods.
signing out. Peace.